Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Fresh Takes. We are finally back after 2, 3 weeks of a hiatus. It's the off
Something like
season.
that.
It's the off season. Sometimes we need an off season too. Had a bunch of stuff that came up, but other than that, no trivia today. Which we're on a trivia brand, but we're gonna cover the free agency as the free agency just started this week. And we've already had a bunch of big stuff happen. Javon Hargrave just signed to the Packers like within the last 20 minutes. So I
Okay.
pulled up a free agency tracker. So we'll go over
I was about
that.
to say, did anybody pull that up? I
Oh
was going to
yeah,
say.
I pulled one up. I'll only like really cover the big named people. Like I don't think anybody cares that Brett Toth signed to the 49ers because I don't even know who that guy is.
I did see Romeo
Um,
Dobbs got
do
signed by
not
the.
disgrace the former Eagle, okay?
Well, that's why I don't care then. All right, but I got they have them by who went to who on what team. So I'll go down by the teams that they got. So starting up with the 49ers, Mike Evans, 3 years. Do you think Mike Evans is going to stay for 3 years?
I
No.
don't understand why he would get a 3-year deal. I think it's so they can spread out the money, maybe, but that's a
I'll
little,
say, yeah, 60.4 million, 3 years. I'm a
yeah.
little upset. The Giants said that they were going to try and go after him if he didn't go back to Tampa. And, spoilers before we get to the Giants, but we let Wandale walk, and then we didn't even try for Mike Evans.
Well, hey, don't be upset at the Giants. They're making pretty good moves.
Yeah, but it's all on defense. We need another receiver. Malik Neighbors is coming off of an injury, and Slayton's not the greatest.
I get that. You got a draft coming up here.
We also have I don't know if it's still in the process, but the last I saw a second round and Kayvon for AJ Brown, the talk going around. So
Are you willing to get rid of Kayvon?
yes,
Yes.
Okay.
dude, we got Abdul Carter, Brian Burns, um, Dexter Lawrence. We just signed Tremaine Edmonds, Bobby Okereke. I don't need Kayvon. So
Okay.
other big thing for the 49ers is they re-signed Eddie Pinero. That's about it for them. Let's head over to the Bears. The Bears are next. They signed offensive tackle Jedrick Wills. I know that he was kind of a big name at one point. Who else do we got
They
here?
got Bradbury through a trade.
Yeah, they got Khalif Raymond.
Good
They
sign.
re-signed Case Keenum, and they signed Devin Bush
Good sign. Good
and
sign.
signed Kobe Bryant, Super Bowl champ.
Yeah.
And then yeah, they got Bradbury, and then they traded away DJ Moore, which we'll get into that team coming up. But next up, we
So,
have the Bengals. The Bengals signed Bo Maffei.
quick
And
question: can we get back to the Bears real fast?
I
So I saw something on Facebook because he is from my hometown. He is Tyson Bagent. Pittsburgh's in talks with them to possibly trade for him. Now, I understand it's not a free agent, it's just a trade. But my question is, do you feel that he has done enough to be a starter?
I mean,
I
you're
mean, he
just
has
talking about
filled
a
in.
guy who had a okay season 2 years ago and then didn't play the next 2 years. So I don't know if I'd say he's starter potential. He didn't play for 2 whole years.
That's what
Yeah, I
I was
mean,
thinking.
it's
And
kind of the Tanner McKee type situation too. Like he played well 2 years ago, then didn't really get to play again until the last game of the last season, and he didn't look good. And then it's like Bajan looked good, but it's so long ago. Teams that are desperate for a quarterback could definitely bring him in for competition through offseason if they don't know who they're going with.
well,
But
yeah, because Pittsburgh's got Will Howard and Mason Rudolph
yeah, and
Right now in Pittsburgh, I mean, they're in the Aaron Rodgers limbo.
of Rogers
yeah,
won't come back to them. All right. Back to the Bengals. Bo Maffei re-signed Dalton Reisner and then got Brian Cook. Bengals really ain't doing a whole lot this
Yeah,
offseason, but
and they
they
didn't
don't got the
resign.
money.
They didn't sign Hendrickson.
Yeah, we'll get to that then. All right, next up, we've got the Bills. Bills have been making moves. Bills just signed Bradley Chubb today. They extended Dawson Knox. They signed Kyle Allen, traded away Terrion Johnson, and then traded for DJ Moore.
Yeah.
I think that's the big thing. Finally giving Josh Allen a piece after losing Stephon.
Well, that plus the Bradley Chubb signing, they needed aside from a receiver they've always needed since Miller left and whatever. They haven't had a good
Yeah,
ed anything.
especially with Milano getting hurt every year.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing, needing to have Milano in there. If Milano and Chubb both can stay healthy, I think the defense will be a lot better. They gave up their second round pick for DJ Moore, but got a fifth in replace.
Yeah,
Mm,
I think that
I
I think
saw
that's
a thing
well worth
of
it.
Baltimore trying to go for DJ Moore, and there was somebody else who was talking about trading for DJ, and I'm surprised Buffalo went through. I didn't see anything on Buffalo potentially trading for him.
Yeah, I didn't see anything on them.
All right. After that, we've got the Broncos. The Broncos haven't really done anything but re-sign people. They re-signed Alex Singleton, re-signed J.K. Dobbins, re-signed Sam Ellinger, re-signed Adam Troutman, and that's about it.
Big, big re-signings though, especially Alex Singleton.
Yeah,
He's the motor for their defense.
and Dobbins.
Oh,
Yeah, Dobbins, because he was the best running back left on the market, really. Like,
Yeah, I mean R.J. Harvey shows that he's got a lot of potential coming, but say
yeah.
Dobbins is nice to have in there. All right, let's jump over to the Browns. They signed Jack Stoll. They signed Elton Jenkins, Quincy Williams, Zion Johnson, and then they re-signed Tevin Jenkins. Uh, all I'm really seeing is nothing with David Njoku, letting them walk, I guess.
Hmm.
yeah, I see them. I don't see Njoku coming back.
Yeah, this
Makes me
tight end free agency has been a little interesting.
makes me wonder
What's that?
what.
This
Oh
whole tight
no,
end free agency is
oh no. I was gonna say it said they replaced him with a 1 year deal, but they replaced him with somebody for a 1 year deal.
oh,
Okay, so yeah, that's what that was. I was about to say no, they signed him to a 1 year deal, but no, they replaced him with Jack Stoll, who they just did like 30 minutes ago. All right. So after that, Tampa Bay signs Jake Browning. They tendered Sean Tucker to a 1 year. They signed Alex Anzalone, which I thought was the biggest shocking thing. Detroit's just letting all their guys go.
Yeah,
They
Detroit
signed
actually
Kenneth
did really
Walker
good.
or Kenneth Gainwell, I mean, and then re-signed Kate Otten.
yeah.
So yeah, Gainwell. I don't know why. Like they got Bucky. They've got Sean Tucker back. Do they still have what's his name?
No, Rashad White's the free agent.
Oh, okay.
Um, and Gainwell had like clearly the best season of his career
Well,
last year.
say he's a very good receiving back.
Yeah,
Yes.
All right. After that, we got the Cardinals. Cardinals are making some moves. They re-signed Zonovan Knight, signed Kendrick Bourne, signed Isaac Siamalo, signed Tyler Algier, and then their new starting quarterback since they released Kyler Murray, Gardner Minshew.
Is Gardner Minshew the new journeyman?
I don't know because what's this team 7?
I think so.
So you had Eagles, Chiefs, Raiders,
Jags.
Colts,
Jags, Colts.
Raider. Did you say Raiders?
Yeah,
Looking it up.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe six.
I know if my thing would let me search it. It's not letting me. See if I can pull it up on my phone real quick. I feel like there's more than 6. Gardner Minshew. All right, let's look at all your teams there, Gardner. Chiefs, Raiders,
Jaguars,
Colts,
Eagles,
Eagles,
Colts.
Jaguars. Yeah, so 6.
He's on.
So yeah,
Oh
I
yeah.
would say 6. I mean, that's kind of a journeyman, but I wouldn't say the next one yet. But all right, here we go with the Los Angeles Chargers. Just a bunch of re-signs, it looks like. They did sign Cole Strange, Charlie Kohler, Alec Ingold, and Tyler Biotis. But they re-signed uh, Trevor Penning's a kind of big name. Re-signed Cleo Mack, and then Tierre Tart.
Yeah. They got some good tight ends for sure.
Peg's probably missing Tyler right about now.
Sorry, my computer totally went out. What team were we even on?
We did the Chargers, picking up Tyler Biotis. Re-signed Cleo Mack.
Yeah, I like to have Tyler back.
All right, next up is one of the big teams that's been kind of making moves this year, Kansas City Chiefs. They signed Kenneth Walker Jr. to 3-year deal. He's going to be the new starting back for Kansas City, which might have to make Kenneth one of my keepers this year. Re-signed Travis Kelce to a 1-year deal, and then the big thing, they traded away Trent McDuffie to the Rams for a first, a fifth, a sixth, and a 2027 third. Did not see that coming, especially
Yeah, I
since
didn't see
they
that.
really need the help in the secondary.
Do you think they're in the rebuild mode on defense?
I mean, their defense doesn't really have a whole lot, anyways.
Yeah, they were always more of a committee. I mean, that I guess standout corners, but like mostly just a committee. Chris Jones. Um,
What's your
yeah,
thoughts about Travis Kelsey coming back?
I'm shocked he did, but
I'm saying
also
I'm not shocked, but
like,
I I don't know. I think he wants to be there for like the moral support to help people, but I think Noah Gray is perfectly fine of taking over it for Travis. I think Travis just needs to call it a career. I mean, I get
I
it
didn't
one
think.
more year. You don't want to end on a year like that. So maybe that's why he's coming back because he doesn't want to end how it did.
Right.
But all right. Indianapolis Colts. So the Colts used their transition tag on Daniel Jones and then re-signed him to 2 years. They signed Michael Clemens, signed Arden Key, re-signed Alec Pierce, re-signed Blake Groupie, and then they traded away Zaire Franklin for the Packers' Colby Wooden, and then they traded away Michael Pittman Jr. to the Steelers for a 7th and a 6th round pick. Absolutely got robbed on that.
Yeah, they did.
hey, sometimes you make a sacrifice with what you get in return for some money moves.
Yeah, I don't know,
No, I
man.
get that, but
I was
I
like,
mean,
giving up that much?
they had to reset the wide receiver market with Pierce, so they didn't have anything to give.
But you could have at least tried to get like a 4th round out of it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I
Say
suppose.
I wouldn't have just given up and been like, yeah, let me just take a 6th and a 7th because you're not getting anything. I mean, yeah, I guess there are people hidden in the draft, but I don't know. I just think that was a pretty stupid trade for them. But all right, Washington Commanders so far has been the ones that have done the most. Signed Nick Cross, signed Chigo Conquo, signed Calevon Chason, which I thought they say that the Patriots re-signed him.
Yeah,
Unless
he was.
unless maybe he decided he didn't want to and he left.
Mhm.
They signed Leo Chenal, signed Tim Settle, signed Odafe Owe. They're really building up this defense. Then they re-signed Marcus Mariota, signed Amik Robertson, extended Laramie Tunzel, re-signed Traylon Burks, re-signed Jake Moody, re-signed Shy Tuttle, and re-signed Andrew Wiley. Like I said, they're making a lot of moves, it seems.
Yeah,
Hopefully they don't pay off. Like nothing.
Yeah, I'm just seeing everything saying that he signed with Caleb Vaughn signed with the Commanders. I'm guessing he signed today with them. I guess maybe he was in talks with staying with the Patriots, but I don't know, former LSU man. I liked him. But all right, time for Tank's team. Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys
Uh,
signed Sam Howell, signed PJ Locke, re-signed Sam Williams, signed Jalen Thompson, traded their fourth round pick for Rashawn Gary. They tendered Brandon Aubrey for a second round level, franchise tagged George Pickens, and re signed Javonte Williams. I've seen some stuff saying that Dallas should sign Kyler Murray and then just use Kyler Murray and trade away Dak. How you feel on that one?
I wouldn't mind having a new quarterback in the system, but I need a quarterback who can actually see over top of the offensive line.
See, here's the thing that I saw, and I know the trade would never go through, and I don't know why the reporter said that this is what they should do. But they said trade Dak to Pittsburgh because they really need a quarterback and get TJ Watt in return. Which you'd have to trade like Dak and like two first round picks for.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind trying to go with Baltimore not having the Max Crosby deal going through. I wouldn't mind Dallas trying to go for Max Crosby.
See, and that makes me think, you know, they're probably gonna get Mendoza in the draft since they have the first round pick. But like maybe they
Right.
get Dak, you guys get Crosby, and then maybe try. Well, I wouldn't say swap it first because they wouldn't do that. But yeah, I mean, Dallas could try and trade for him. I'm trying to think of like who he probably just gonna stay a Raider if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I have a feeling he's going to stay Raider.
All
Imagine
right.
coming back 2 days later and your whole defense is revamped and it actually looks like it might be good. And then you're like, oh, maybe I will stay here.
All right. So next up is the Dolphins. First, let's start out by Tua being released. McDaniels getting his contract stripped. And then they signed Lonnie Johnson, Joshua Uchi, re-signed Willie Gay Jr., signed Zane Gonzalez, re-signed Greg Dulcich, signed Malik Willis to be the new face of that franchise, and then traded away Minka Fitzpatrick for a seventh round pick.
There's
Another
more.
that I think was a terrible trade.
There's more of a. I don't understand how Minka
Oh,
Fitzpatrick
100%.
has just been shipped everywhere like he's some expendable. Like he's so good and he's just getting
Well,
tossed
and he
around.
only had 1 year with Miami.
Yeah,
I
like
say Pittsburgh traded him for what, like a third? And then they're like, well, we had 1 year with him. We don't want him.
yeah,
I think any team could have got a steal on that. He probably had too much money on his contract.
probably.
All right, next
Do you
up is.
feel Malik
Oh,
Willis is going to do something there?
I think he's a good quarterback. I just think when he was with Tennessee, he was in a bad system.
Hmm. I think he
But
has potential. I mean, although him being
What about
a
Hill? Do
top
you
free agent is not a great indicator of the quarterback class. Like,
right? What do you think Tyreek Hill's going to what's going to happen with him?
I mean, somebody's going to sign him. Who? I don't know, but
Yeah, it'll probably be some playoff type team. It might even not be before season starts, but
no, I think it'll go to a team before the season starts. I'm thinking it's going to be like how it usually is, where you know how Tennessee used to be, where the receivers' careers die. I think that's starting to become Baltimore, and I think he's going to go to Baltimore.
yeah, yeah, that
All
could
right.
be.
Next up, we've got Pat's team, not really doing much. The Philadelphia Eagles re-signing Grant Calcaterra, signed Johnny Munt, extended Jordan Davis, and then signed Tariq Woolen, which I think was a good pickup. But
Well,
what, they lost Goddard?
well, he hasn't signed anywhere yet, I don't think, but yeah, he's a free agent.
I'm surprised they didn't tag him.
They might bring him back now that like most of the defensive free agents are gone and they can't really re-sign him, but
I don't know. I think you guys should probably try and do like a 1 year deal with Njoku. I think
well,
I
Njoku would
would.
probably be better.
here's my
I
thing.
wouldn't want him in our
The
division.
the Ravens just backed out of a trade where they were willing to send a lot of stuff. Why don't they just send the stuff they were willing to send to us for AJ Brown?
Because they want to build their defense.
But they got Hendrickson anyway,
Yeah,
and
I
like
know,
you said,
but
reportedly
they
they want
wanted
to build.
both. They wanted both of them.
Now they can have some offensive help too.
Yeah, but the other thing is, giving help for defense when there's not a lot in the defense pool right now. Like I said, Tyreek's still out there. If they really want a receiver, they can go all in on Tyreek.
Yeah, Tyreek is
Right.
not an AJ Brown right now.
Yeah, you're right. They both fight and complain when they don't get targets.
He doesn't complain. He sits back and reads.
And then talks crap
And
in the
I say he just
media.
reads a book.
The only difference is Tyreek's faster, but AJ's taller.
And better.
And you do have a point there.
All right, next up is the Falcons. Signed Aziz Ojolari today. They signed Christian Harris, signed Tua Tagovailoa, signed Jahan Dotson, signed Jake Bailey, Nick Folk, and Austin Hooper, signed Alameda Zacchaeus, and franchise tagged Kyle Pitts to a 1 year deal. So looks like they're picking up the Commanders receivers.
Oh, yeah. Going back and well, I guess Eagles too because they both played
I
there.
would say, yeah.
I think it's good. Also, them bringing in Tua because like they got two left-handed quarterbacks now. They can kind of keep the same scheme,
Uh,
whichever one knows better.
Still hasn't happened yet, but there's the talks of, releasing uh, Kirk Cousins.
Oh yeah,
Well,
yeah. I think they definitely will.
I thought they are saying that they're going to release him after June 1st or whatever.
Probably so
Yeah,
that they don't have to pay as much
less
if they do it
cap.
now.
Yeah,
They're still probably waiting to see if somebody might throw out a trade for him.
yeah. Who knows? They might rack in a seventh for him as
Yeah.
these trades are going.
But all right, next up is my team, the New York Giants, which some of the signings in here aren't actually in here because we just got Darnell Falafe or Falafele. So, we are the New York Baltimore Raven Giants as we signed Patrick Ricard, uh, Jordan Stout, Isaiah Likely, and I'm pretty sure there was one other, Ardarius Washington. 5 Baltimore Ravens have joined the Giants this year.
Now that you got Falali too.
Yep. And then some of the other names that we've got, we re-signed Micah McFadden, signed Greg Newsome, which I'm very excited over. And then the big one, we signed Tremaine Edmonds. I was on my way to work when I got that notification, and I was so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lost a couple people in our secondary, but Greg Newsome and our Darius Washington, I think, are a nice fit to replace those people. And then I'm still shooting. I hope we get Caleb Downs in the draft.
Yeah.
But and then also, I'm willing to ship out Evan Neal and um Kayvon to get something, especially after getting Tremaine and then re-signing Micah. We don't need Kayvon back there. I'll be honest.
You'll
Yeah,
get
I
him
mean,
for a hot dog and a handshake.
Yeah, I think
this might
Kayvon at least
be.
like a third.
No, I'll give you a hot dog and a handshake.
This
I don't
might
know.
be the Giants. Like, you know how the Patriots this year, everyone said they made their run a year early. Like, they were there, but they got there a year early.
Hmm.
The Giants are in there, like, see what you got coming up this year. And then if they're as good as they look like they're probably gonna be, that year after, like next off season, if the Giants don't like go all the way this year, which would be kind of improbable, but they could, then next off season is probably gonna be where they like go after the exact pieces they need and like
I don't know. This is kind of looking just like how the Patriots looked. You know, they had the rookie year with Drake May. He didn't look as good. They got an early pick, went on to the Super Bowl. Giants, they got Jackson Dart, didn't look that good. They get an early pick. Who knows? They could go on to the playoffs this year.
Drew, new coach,
Say
comes
brand
in
new
and
coach. Yeah, I say we're looking
experienced
exactly just like the
defense
Patriots.
coach, like yeah.
But
All right.
yeah, I'd say that's what I'm thinking. The only other thing they didn't put in here, we signed Isaiah Hodgins too, which if we remember how he did with Daniel Jones on that tender year, I'm hoping that Hodgins.
Eagle killer. He was an eagle
I was
killer.
gonna say he was great. Speaking of Eagle killers, that guy retire or Giant killer? That guy retire yet?
Oh man, I don't know. I
I
haven't
would
heard
say I
of his
haven't
name
seen
in a
anything
couple of
about
years.
him. All right, let's go on to the team that hasn't done anything at all this year. Jacksonville Jaguars re-signed Monteric Brown and Quentin Morris. That's it. So
Good one.
Jets signed Dylan Parham, Cade York, Nashawn Wright, traded for Geno Smith,
Oh yeah.
signed Dane Belton, David Onyemata, Demario Davis coming back to the team that drafted him, and then Kingsley Enegbar, and then Joseph Osasai, and then they extended Minka after trading for him. Oh, and then they
I feel
franchise
bad
tagged
for
Brees Hall and
I
traded
feel
for
bad for
Tavondre
Gino.
Sweat. I don't
A lot
know.
of
I
defense.
think
I feel bad for Gino. I
I
really
think Gino could have a better career in with the Jets.
I think.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean it's the Jets.
Well,
Oh
after
yeah,
Geno's last couple years, it's not like he deserves too much here. Let's not. Let's not. Well, I'll say last year. I guess the year before, Seattle was good, but this is great because the Jets only need him for a year until they can draft from a good quarterback class next
Arch
year.
Manning.
There's a thing that I saw on Facebook, like um, Gino's the one that brings in the quarterbacks. He went to Seattle, brought Sam Darnold. He went to Oakland or Vegas Raiders. He's bringing in Mendoza from the draft this year. Now he's going back to the Jets, and he's going to bring in Arch Manning next year.
I mean, it works out. But all right, the Lions signed Teddy Bridgewater, re-signed Rocky Sin, re-signed Malcolm Rodriguez, signed Isaiah Pacheco, signed Cade Mays, and traded away David Montgomery to the Texans for a fourth, a seventh, and Juice Shrugs.
The Lions, I really don't understand what they're doing.
I would say the Lions, I would not have gotten rid of David. I
Well,
get, one and a half Pacheco because he's younger, and I think
I
he
get
kind
it
of meshes
cheaper.
more with what's his name? Gibbs. And I mean, Pacheco for only
Right.
1.8 mil, that's not bad.
Yeah, like a
No,
much cheaper second back, and he's not as good as Montgomery, clearly, but like good for a second guy. Like, plus
And
they want to
I
use Gibbs more solely, so now they kind of
yeah.
can.
Pacheco is going to be more of a third down guy for him, probably.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
All
agree.
right, Green Bay re-signs Jonathan Ford, Brenton Cox Jr. They signed Sky Moore and Benjamin St. Juste, and then they traded away Rashawn Gary, like we said, traded Colby Wooden, and then they re-signed Chris Brooks. Um, I guess the Sky Moore is all right, but kind of just giving up on their whole team there.
Yeah, I agree. They don't see them. I don't see them doing much.
I mean, Zaire Franklin's not bad. Losing Gary, but
Yeah.
getting Zaire, it's not terrible.
Good. And Gary, yeah, I mean Gary,
Gary's in, I
good.
think, like 30s, so he's getting
He
kind of old.
had a chance last year to really step it up when Michael went down and kind of didn't.
Yeah.
He's good. He's all right.
All right, let's jump into the Panthers. Panthers made some moves. They signed John Mechie. They re-signed James Mitchell and Tevis Gibson. They signed Luke Fortner, and then they re-signed Isaiah Simmons, LeBrian Ray, Thomas Income, Caleb Evans, and Robert Rochelle. Then they signed Devin Lloyd, Kenny Pickett, and Jalen Phillips. Definitely trying to help their defense out there.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
no chance the Eagles were about to compete to try and make him stay with a 30 million a year contract. No, no, thank you, God.
I mean, Pat, are you gonna go ahead and say it? The Panthers are gonna go far this year.
No, I said that last year, thank you, and they fulfilled my prediction at least, so I'm okay.
Yeah, they made playoffs at least. So
That's what I'm saying. Are you going to say they're going to go far this year?
Well, no, I don't think they will because I actually think the whole division kind of got better aside from the Bucks. So it'll be
well,
interesting.
the Falcons,
Yeah,
but we haven't gotten into the we haven't gotten to the
they'll
Saints yet.
they'll be like either 6-11 or 8-9 or something. You know,
I
they're the
think
Falcons.
no,
Six, seven.
I'm giving 5-12 with that quarterback room.
Oh no, I'm giving it a 6-7.
All right, and now we're gonna jump into the Patriots. They signed Kevin Byard, signed KJ Britt, signed Romeo Dobbs, signed Elijah Vera Tucker, signed Reggie Gillum, signed Draymond Jones, traded away Garrett Bradbury, and re-signed Tommy DeVito.
What do we
Yeah,
do?
not much you're really doing after losing the Super Bowl, especially when your offensive line was the problem and you give up your center.
But they moved over their struggling guard to replace him.
I'm gonna say, and then you got Elijah Vera Tucker in replace.
He brought in a better guard, and they got a wide receiver help, which I don't. I mean, Dobbs is Dobbs, but I feel
Say
like they
it's
still could use
But
someone.
Dobbs had a decent year last year.
Yeah.
especially when
Well,
you're one of five receivers that gets 6 targets a game.
it's just like because Diggs actually had a really good year with them, so it's like I don't think Dobbs is going to do much better than Diggs did,
No.
so it's not like much of an upgrade.
Yeah, no, I would say I think it's basically like the exact same.
Yeah, you're not getting much, you're not losing much, I guess.
But
Where do you think? Do you think? Where do you think Diggs is going to go?
Kansas City.
no. Diggs and Hill are going to Baltimore.
They're both going to Kansas City.
Now, if I'd have to say, I don't know what their money's looking like, but I could see the Falcons trying to go for him. Or if Philly would trade away AJ, I could see maybe them signing Diggs.
I
I can
don't
see
see
them
that.
in either way, honestly.
Um, maybe the Bears. Maybe the Bears. Charges.
It's also one of those harder ones to predict because there is like a personality type thing that you have to be okay with your locker. Like, I think it has to be a pretty established coach that has a grip on
Right. No, yeah, with that, yes, 100% agreed.
Yeah, so maybe back to Houston. I mean, who knows? Why not?
I don't know. I'm thinking maybe the New Orleans Saints. You know, Olave and Diggs together wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, it'd be good for a younger
I'd
quarterback to
say
have
give
a good
Shug some
proven
chance.
too. Yeah, I don't mind that one.
Maybe maybe the Vikings trade away Jordan Addison and bring Diggs back.
I guess the Commanders even.
Ew.
No, not with Debo and
Well,
Terry
Debo's
there.
gone.
Oh,
Debo's
Debo's
gone.
gone.
Yeah,
I still don't see that. But
yeah.
all right, the Raiders traded away Geno Smith, signed Matt Gay, signed Quay Walker, N'Kobe Dean, Quiddy Pay, Jalen Naylor, and Tyler Lindenbaum. And then they traded for Teron Johnson, re-signed Eric Stokes, and got Max Crosby back.
Yeah, like I said, I'm a little bummed about the
They got like the top free agent for three different positions. Like,
right.
and they did pretty good for themselves.
Yeah, I would say their defense is definitely a
Took a
lot more
big
improved.
upgrade. Within like 30 hours, that defense went from like 30th to maybe like top 10 on paper. Like,
Yeah. But all right, Rams. The Rams signed Jalen Watson, extended McDuffie after trading for him, re-signed Cam Curl, re-signed Tyler Higbee, and re-signed David Quessenberry. Not a whole lot that they did
I'm about to
there.
say they ain't doing much.
I
I mean,
think
they're
they,
doing
The
more than
McDuffie trade was about it.
Jacksonville.
the Watson
I was
too.
gonna say they're doing.
The two things the Rams needed last year that kept them from Super Bowl really was corners,
Yeah.
and they got two solid starters. I'd put the Rams as an early, like right now, Super Bowl favorite, to be honest.
I would see it, and like I said, I think Stafford will retire if he gets that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So, all right, the Baltimore Ravens signing Durham Smythe, Jalen Hawkins, Trey Hendrickson, and John Simpson, and then they re-signed Chidobe Awuzie and Tyler Huntley. Ravens not doing a whole lot, especially at the places that they need people, aka the receiving core.
Yeah,
Is D Hop still there, or was he just a 1 year thing?
I think he was 1 year.
Yeah. I don't know that for sure, but
I thought that it was like a 2 year deal.
I haven't seen his name on free agent list though,
I
so
would say
maybe
I thought that he was still with the Ravens. Yeah, he's still with the Ravens.
Oh, okay.
Oh well, no, this is saying he could sign her. Hold on, something saying that he was there with the Ravens and he was disappointed in the Crosby thing, and then one thing saying the Ravens could sign somebody to replace him. But this is saying that he's still with the. I don't know, man. The contract thing. Some of these websites are just so confusing. All right, on to the
I
Saints.
mean,
The Saints signed Caden Ellis, Kay Kroger. They signed Noah Fant, David Edwards, Ryan Wright, re-signed John Ridgway, and then the big thing is they signed Travis Etienne. I thought that he would stay with Jacksonville.
yeah, they kind of wanted to get Kamara back, so they just kind of took someone with a similar skill set that's much younger and
So who's the running back for Jacksonville now? They traded away Tank Bigsby last year for scraps, and
Bashal Tootin.
oh yeah, that's perfect to replace Travis and
Well,
Tank.
I mean, he has good upside. I mean, he's not there yet, but I'm sure they'll address that too.
Who knows? Maybe they'll trade
Right.
up and get Jeremiah Love.
Yeah, yeah, I could see it.
All right, and now your Super Bowl winning Seahawks haven't done anything other than tender Jake Bobo, re-sign Josh Jones, re-sign Josh Jobe, re-sign Drake Thomas, and re-sign Rashid Shaheed. Yeah, really haven't done much.
Yeah, I mean,
All right,
I don't
on
know
to
necessarily what they needed, but yeah, yeah.
yeah, on to the Pittsburgh Steelers. They signed Darnell Savage, extended Cam Hayward. Bro, stop giving this guy buku money for 1 year. Just let him retire. They signed Cameron Johnston, re-signed Isizi Odumowo,
Good
signed
job.
Dean, traded for Michael Pittman, re-signed Cole Holcomb, re-signed Asante Samuel, and then when Kenneth Gainwell was gone and everybody thought Jalen Warren was in the clear, they signed Rico Dowdle, who will most likely take over and be their running back.
Oh,
Yep.
and they got him cheap.
2 years
Yeah,
I
for
they
don't
did.
know.
12 mil.
I don't know how Dowdle was so cheap after such a good year. I just don't
And
get
not
it.
even playing the whole year.
Yeah. But yeah, solid. I mean, Pittsburgh had a solid offseason so far. I'm not
They
really
gotta
looking
they
back.
need a QB still.
Well, so they need that
I'm
QB.
telling you, Rodgers is playing. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but for them,
Yeah,
I think they get
I
Kyler
guarantee
Murray.
it.
No, I think they get Kyler Murray.
There
I
you
don't
go. Yeah, I
know.
can see that.
I
Who did they
don't
get
know.
as McCarthy? Oh yeah, with McCarthy. Oh, Kyler Murray's going there. Although,
I saw something
McCarthy and
about.
Rodgers together again.
I
I
saw
got,
something about Kyler being in talks with Minnesota.
Trading away McCarthy.
just tell me. Imagine Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers leading the Pittsburgh Steelers. They beat as Packers
To
to
the
a
Super
Super
Bowl
Bowl
versus the Packers.
and lose.
Nah, I think what should happen is, like he was saying, Kyler should sign with the Vikings, and the Steelers should trade for JJ. So then McCarthy is coaching McCarthy,
There we go.
Oh my
father
gosh!
father and son.
His father's fodder.
Uh, Next up, the Houston Texans. They've been busy. Signed Logan Hall, traded for the Saints punter. They signed Jake Hummel, Braden Smith, extended Kaimi Fairbairn, signed Reed Blankenship, signed Dominic Robinson, re-signed Sheldon Rankins, re-signed Ed Ingram, re-signed EJ Speed, extended Dalton Schultz, extended Neil Hunter, re-signed MJ Stewart, re-signed Trent Brown,
What?
traded Titus Howard to the Bears, and then they got
What?
David Montgomery.
I should have started that much earlier. I didn't think you were going to list 20 things.
Uh, where you want to go, the next team you can do
Oh, okay.
that.
There we go.
But yeah, Houston's been kind of busy too. A lot of
Do
just
you think?
re-signing though.
Yeah.
You think they have ink in their ink pens still?
You just wait for the next
Mhm.
team.
Oh
Mhm.
my!
All right, next up we've got the Tennessee New York Giant Titans.
There you
We
go.
have re-signed Joey Slide, signed
What?
Tommy Townsend, signed
What?
Jordan Elliott, signed
What?
Josh Williams, signed
What?
Austin Schlottman, signed
What?
Cordell Volson,
What?
signed Alante Taylor, signed
What?
Cordell Flott, signed
What?
John Franklin Myers, signed
What?
Wandale Robinson,
What?
signed Daniel Bellinger,
What?
signed Mitchell
What?
Trubisky, and traded away Tavondre Sweat for Jermaine Johnson. Dang, Tennessee's been busy. And four of them are former New York Giants to come back with Brian Daboll.
So pretty much you're saying they bought stock in the ink.
How about to say? And a lot of these guys were cheap. The
Oh
most
yeah.
expensive they got was Wandale, 4 years, 70 mil.
Good contract for him.
Yeah. I'm very upset he didn't come back to New York. Like, I definitely wanted him back, but, I get it.
Yeah.
And then Trubisky being the backup for Cam Ward.
Decent backup. Decent backup.
All right, last team, the Minnesota Vikings re-signed Taviri Thomas, signed James Peer, tendered Ivan Pace, and re-signed Eric Wilson.
And like I said, they're in talks with possibly getting Kyler Murray. So
Yep, but before we end it there, let's just talk. Here is some of the best remaining free agents, and let's see where we think they're going to go. Kyler Murray,
Minnesota.
Pittsburgh.
I'd say
I'm
Minnesota.
Aaron Rodgers.
Pittsburgh.
This is saying that he's in eyes with Minnesota.
Oh God.
I say this is saying
Not the
that
far route.
I would say this one is saying that he's on the eyes for Minnesota to chase a ring with Jefferson.
Mm,
Here we go. Here's a replacement for Jacksonville. Aaron Jones is a free agent. I
okay.
could see Aaron Jones maybe going to Jacksonville.
No, no.
Uh,
Sorry, the 40. I just read something about the 49ers are in talks with Cowboys for trading for a Zoo. Yeah, that name.
Odigizua.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bet I'd ever touch Odigizua.
All right, next up, Jawan Jennings is a free agent still. Um, that's got Buffalo Bills coded all over it. I
Well,
feel.
Yeah.
I was thinking New England. Maybe they just bring in more receivers too.
I feel like that's a big Buffalo.
That's
Stephon
Buffalo.
Diggs, which we already talked Stephon. Debo Samuel. I'm calling it here. This is my call. Debo Samuel will be a Giant.
No, Debo will go to Tampa Bay.
No, Tampa's not going to take any receivers. They got four youngsters and Chris Godwin. Debo will be a New York Giant.
Debo will be a Chicago Bear.
I could see that. But no, mark my words. Oh, hey, it actually is no longer in talks. The Cowboys are trading.
They're trading Odigizua.
Yes, they are trading a Diggy Zua to the 49ers.
Oh no. He's really good actually. I don't want him on the 49ers.
That's crazy that this is happening live, but it won't go up until 2 days
Oh.
afterwards. Somebody said that the reason the Cowboys are trading O'Diggy is to get draft picks for the Max Crosby trade.
There you go, Tank. See? Look, your demeanor changed instantly.
Yeah, I'll
All right.
take it.
All
I'll
right.
take it.
But back onto that, I'm claiming Debo will be a Giant. Dallas Goddard.
He's gonna go back to Philly.
I
I
think at
don't
this point
know.
they have enough to maybe give him a little extra, and they kind of need him. They kind of really need him.
I don't know. Trying to think of who needs tight ends. Like Njoku's out there. Say Njoku's out there. You got the Ravens just lost two out of their three tight ends. I wouldn't be surprised if one of them ends up going, like Njoku or
I
Goddard
can see
goes
New
to
Jersey going to. I see Njoku
Baltimore.
to Baltimore.
All right. So here's another one. Keenan Allen. I think Keenan Allen's just done. I don't think
Yeah,
anybody's signed in him.
He'll sign
Um,
somewhere eventually, I think, but yeah, that might be like a mid-season one.
yeah.
actually, scrap Njoku. Jonnu Smith, I could see going to Baltimore.
Nah, I see him going back to Miami.
Bring him to Philly. We need help.
Jonnu could probably be Philly if you don't get Goddard. Calais Campbell, I think he's just retiring.
Yeah.
He has to. He's so old.
Von Miller, I think he's retiring too.
No, I see him coming back at least one more year, but I just don't know where he would fit.
Kansas City.
Maybe he'll go retire at Denver and just play a year there.
Well, they did just release Dre Greenlaw, which who I was going to say next. Dre Greenlaw, I could see probably going back to the Niners, honestly.
Yeah.
Who's some other big names? Kyle Van Noy, I think he's probably done.
Yeah, I agree.
Cam Jordan, he's probably done.
Saints.
Um, Joe Flacco, I think he
Back to
sits.
Baltimore.
I think he sits on his couch until somebody calls him.
No, I say he goes back to Baltimore and retires.
No, they just got Huntley. They're re-signed Huntley. He's not going to go back there. AJ Epinesa, I'm surprised he didn't go back to Buffalo.
Actually, you know who should sign Flacco going back here? Just in case the playoff woes aren't over, the Houston Texans. Like,
Well, yeah, that wouldn't be bad.
just in case CJ decides he's terrible forever now.
Joey Bosa's out there. I don't know where Joey would go.
Maybe he'll go to San Fran finally and reunite.
And then Wyatt Teller's out there. Finally said, I'm done with being on the freaking Browns.
I love how the Browns do get these good linemen and then somehow convince them to waste their careers there.
area.
Ooh, I went to see what the contract looked like for Alvin Kamara, and apparently there is talks of a potential trade of Kamara to the Panthers.
I mean, that wouldn't be bad, but why would you want to trade one of your best that
Because
you had in your
he
division?
he has way too much money,
No, I get
and
that. But what I'm saying, why would you want to trade it within your division?
because he gets injured so much, I feel like the Saints would probably get much more out of it. And I mean, they need a running back, unless you would trade him to Jacksonville, who also needs a running back at this point.
Wouldn't that be because didn't they signed ETN, didn't they?
Yeah, they just got Travis
So
Etienne, so they don't need Kamara anymore.
so yeah, let Kamara go out to Jacksonville. I can see that.
Yeah, but they got to trade him unless they just release him. But
I don't see them releasing him.
no. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed us going over some of the free agency. By the time this video drops, more free agencies probably have happened by now. But other than that, I'm Tim, and I enjoyed having a conversation with you guys for the first time in 3 weeks. Next week, probably going to have some trivia, and I hope you guys paid attention to this because maybe next week will be about who goes where.
Oh my.
But on to you, Pat.
Um,
I thought you were about to give us a Rocky Balboa Adrian.
yeah, I don't know. It was good. Good to get on and record something. Free agency didn't necessarily go the way anyone thought, I guess, but it definitely kicked off.
Especially with a lot of the big names still out there.
Yeah. So can't wait about what is that, like a month until the draft, month and a week or
Yeah,
so.
about so.
So yeah, exciting stuff. And then we have all summer to wait. Yay. What do you think?
Sad that we just got rid of Diggy Dula, so but I'll take the draft pick to try to get next car. I'll take it.
I was
Other
gonna
than
say
that,
that's the only thing that will come out of it if you get Max Crosby.
yeah, you can follow us on good old X, aka FKA ARTA. Twitter, you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, you name it, we're out there. Yeah, I'm glad that we were able to record something, but other than that, I'll see you all next week. Peace, y'all.
Goodbye, everybody.